Welcome to another lesson of Adobe Photoshop. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you'll be able to vector modify a t-shirt, or let's say vector t-shirt design. Okay, so there are a couple of methods of how you'll be able to do it. You can start off from the beginner level and also in such a level where you'll be able to show that it's quite professional. Okay, and also use it for business purposes. So without any further ado, as this video is going to be quite a bit large, okay, so let's just jump into the lesson. First off, I'm going to do is open up a new document or a new file, because obviously you're going to need a new panel or a new document so that you can edit all the contents on that, panel, and then later on, like, copy it and also paste it to your t-shirt or mock it up to your t-shirt. First off, I'm going to do is keep it to be 8, 9, but that's like totally up to you. I'm going to keep it to be 5 now. Okay, or like 6. I'm going to keep it on 6 and keep it to be portrait. Keep it on inches. I'm going to use it on inches, but you can use whichever one you want. Then keep the resolution to be 300. Then pixel per inch, RGB color, and keep it to be 8-bit. But if you have a higher end PC, then you can go up to 16-bit or 32-bit because it's going to take up a lot of space on your memory. And then advanced option, click it to be sRGB and square pixels. But if you want it to be a different format, you can also do that too. That's like totally up to you. But I prefer using the square pixel because that's like on default and also can be used on various purposes and also like almost all of the purposes. So I'm going to press on create now. Now you can see that an interface like this will appear. I'm going to keep the swatches over here. You don't need to do or follow each of the steps, which I'm doing right now, but now you have to do it. Okay. So first off, I'm going to do is add it in my content right now. First off, I'm going to keep it to be something like this. Next thing, as this is a vector modified, graphics t-shirt design, let's just do a soldier one or with a flag. Okay. First off, I'm going to do is click on file, but you can use whichever design you want. Okay. That's like totally up to you. I'm going to click on file and click on open embedded. That's like totally up to me. But first off, I'm going to do is make a layout so that I can, keep the layout like that. So I'm going to click on this square tool or the rectangle tool, which I have over here. First off, I'm going to do is zoom in, hold on to your Alt key, and then zoom it with your scroll key. I'm going to do is make the square over here so that I can use it for various purposes and also keep my design in the square, okay, or this rectangle. I'm going to keep it like this and click on this color option or properties option, go to properties, and you can select the fill option. I'm going to keep it to be white. I'm going to press on here, and then you can also change the stroke. I'm going to click on the strokes option, click this option, and then you can change the stroke size, but that's like totally up to you. Well, I'm going to do it later on. I'm going to click on this properties option. I'm going to do is, click on this move tool and keep it above here. But if you want to start off with adding in a layer, you can also do that, but I'm going to keep it on this one. Okay. So as this is done, I'm going to do is keep it over here. And I'm going to do is, let's say, first off, I'm going to do is going to be changing the stroke. So I'm going to click on this color option or this layer option, which I have over here. And I'm going to do is right click on it. And I'm going to do is going to be go to blending option and then going over the strokes so that I can increase the strokes a bit more. Click on the strokes option. Let's say I'm going to keep it to be something like this. Change the color to be black. Click on OK and press on OK over here. And now I have rectangle 1. Now I'm going to do is going to be adding in those contents over here. First off, I'm going to do is click on file and click on open embedded because I'm going to edit in the flag right now. So I'm going to go over to open embedded on file, place embedded. Then I'm going to do is select the folder. Okay. I'm going to go over to desktop where I have all of the contents. I'm going to search for desktop. Go to PS, which I have. You can select whichever folder you have your content on. Now from here, I'm going to go over to the flag first, which I can see. Click on it, and you can see the flag has been added. I'm going to do is decrease the size, or what you can do is also like fix in the opacity and then place it. But next thing I'm going to do is right click on it, and then I'm going to do is create on clipping. Okay, create clipping mask, and you can see this has been added over here. Okay. I can see that this has been applied, and this is the Vietnam flag. You can use whichever flag you want to use. So what I'm going to do is keep it over here at the center, but you can also keep it at the top, add some text, and then keep the, the content over here. So what I'm going to do is going to be add the content over here. So I'm going to click on add in another layer. And I'm going to do is obviously open up another design. So I'm going to click on file, I'm going to go on open. You can open it up, or you can also place embedded so that you can put it on that rectangle. But first I'm going to do is click on open. And if I want to make changes, I can do that if I click on open and then use it for later purpose. So I'm going to find the photo which I have. Let's say I'm going to use this one or this one, whichever one you want. So I'm going to click on it, and you can see this has been taken. Now I can do is take that directly to over here. But what I'm going to do is going to be taking, or try to take in, the content which is like directly over here. Okay. So now I'm going to do is select the parts which I want to use. First I'm going to do is click on it, and you will see that this option appears up again. I'm going to do is place it, and now I'm going to use the quick selection tool from over here, which is going to be quick selection, but you can also use object selection tool, magic wand, and all of those. I'm going to click on quick selection tool, and then from here you will be able to select the content. But first off, I'm going to do is increase the brush size. Let's say I'm going to keep it to something like this, and you can see the brush size has increased. So I'm going to click on it, and I'll be able to select whichever part I want to use. Now you can see the object is being selected. You can select it according to your desire and keep it to be perfect. That's like totally up to you how you're going to do it. I'm going to do is keep it like this, and I'm going to select this part too, which I'm going to need right now. I'm going to do is take all of these parts, which you can see is now selected, as all of them are selected now. Now first off, I'm going to do is select these ones too, which is going to be this knives. As you can see, this has been selected. I'm going to select this part too. I'm going to select this part too. And you can see I have got the result, or the whole thing has been, like selected. I'm going to do is click on this, add a mask, and you can see this is how the design will look like. Next thing I'm going to do is click on this move tool and take all of this content over on this layer. I'm going to paste it over here. And you can see this has been selected or pasted. First I'm going to do zoom out, press on Control T, and you can see that this option appears up. So I'm going to just click on over here and paste it over there. I'm going to do zoom in, press on your Alt and your scroll key to zoom in. This will how it will look like. Now as I've got over here, I'm going to do is paste it according to my desire, and also see the full screen. I can see how this has been placed. You can like increase it or decrease the size. That's like totally up to you. I'm going to just keep it over here. I'm going to do is keep it like this. You can keep it according to your desire. I'm going to keep it over here, or maybe at the center. That's like totally up to you. What I'm going to do is keep it over here somewhere like this. Okay, or maybe keep it a bit above. I'm going to do is take this design, which is going to be the layer 1, or this one, which is the flag. I'm going to do is keep it about like here, and take this one a bit above here, and take it above like this. Okay, that looks a lot more better. Next thing I'm going to do is select on this again. I'm going to do is press on it, Control T, and I will increase the size a bit more because this has been placed. I'm going to just keep it like this and press on OK as I've got my result. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to be keeping it on like adding text. If you want to add text, just click on this option of add in another one. I'm going to do is type into be text, or click on this text option and make the text. First I'm going to do is cut it and then add in a text. Let's say I'm going to keep it to be Vietnam soldier. Select on this text option again and select those, which has been selected. Now I'm going to do is change the font size. I'm going to click it over here. Let's say I'm going to keep it to be 30. We get 30 works. But I'm going to do is increase a bit more. Let's say keep it to be 36. Okay, now it's a lot more better. And I can also increase it later on by resizing it. So I'm going to do is click on this one. Keep it over here. Click on this. And let's say I'm going to keep it over here. Or you can select it or make it like 2 layers. That's like totally up to you how you're going to do it. Let's say I'm going to do is keep it like this. I'm going to double tap on it and you can select the text. Okay. What I'm going to do is increase the size a bit more. So I'm going to place it as this has been placed. I'm going to press on OK. Control T. I'm going to do is increase the size. Keep it over here. Now I'm going to do is change the font. I'm going to click on this text option again and double click on it. Or you can triple click on it. That's like totally up to you. As all of them are selected, now I'm going to change the font. Let's go over to this. Looks also good. That's like totally up to you. You click on this sample text and you can see this has been applied. I'm going to do is select on this again and go over the color so that I can change it. I'm going to select on this colors option, which I have like gradients and all of those, but I can also like open it up by going over to Windows and going over to colors, and then you will see colors over here. I'm going to do is change this color. Let's say I'm going to keep it to be somewhere around gray. Press on OK as this has turned into gray. I'm going to do select this again, or select the move tool, and then paste it wherever you need it. Let's say I'm going to keep it over here. I'm going to decrease this rectangle size. I'm going to click on layers, go over to this rectangle one. I'm going to do is like decrease the size, Control T. You'll be able to do it like this. I'm going to decrease this size too. I'm going to keep it right over here, and you can see this has been applied. What I'm going to do is take this part or add in another text. I'm going to click on this option. After you're done, just click on this tick mark or this check mark, and you'll be done. Now I'm going to do is going to be adding in more text over here so that I can use it for various purpose. So I'm going to do is click on another layer, a Vietnam soldier, and let's type in or go over the text first. Let's say a veteran forever. Okay. Veteran, hit on enter. You can see this has been applied. I'm going to do is click on this move tool and then place it wherever I need it. I'm going to do is double click on it and press on Control T. I'm going to do is increase the size. I'm going to go over the move tool and keep it like this. Now I'm going to do is go over the layers. I'm going to find out this, this one. I'm going to select or keep it a bit, a bit lower. I'm going to just keep it somewhere like this. This is like sometimes it becomes like a problem, okay? I can see this has been perfectly done. What I'm going to do is select on the text again, because this text is, let's say I'm going to go over to text. I'm going to do select this text. I'm going to do is add in some strokes. So I'm going to click on this, the right click on it. I'm going to go over to blending option again, blending options. Now I'm going to add in strokes just like I did on the previous lesson. Click on strokes. I'm going to do is increase the strokes a bit. I'm going to keep it over here, and I'm going to do is select the color to be, let's say, white, or maybe a bit gray. Press on OK, or maybe black. That's like totally up to you, but I'm going to keep it somewhere around here, or maybe like white. Okay, press on OK. What I'm going to do is increase the font a bit, or the size of the the stroke a bit more, and you can see this has been applied. I'm going to go over and press OK. You can see how it actually looks like. You can also change or fix up this line spacing. I'm going to go over to paragraph, or maybe let's say character. Let's say I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do is keep it on 1. Let's see how it actually looks like. You can see this will like make some more spaces, but I'm going to go over here again. Let's say -2. You can see -2 has worked. Let's say keep it to be -4. I can see this is now like, getting more closer. Let's say -9. I can see that this has been perfectly done, which I actually need after just press on this. And I can see these have come like a lot more closer. I'm going to do select on this Control T and then paste it wherever I want it. I can do the same thing over here too. I'm going to do is double click on it. I'm going to select this. I'm going to press on over here, press on enter. You can see that this is how it will look like. What I'm going to do is keep it to be like here and keep the soldier like down there. Okay. I'm going to click on this tool. I'm going to do is move it by pressing on Control T. I'm going to keep it over here. I'm going to keep it like this. What I'm going to do is decrease the size a bit more. So I removed the soldier, but I'm going to do is keep it over here. So I'm going to click on another layer. But you can also make, changes or adjust it, but I'm going to do is show it to you how you'll be able to do that. I'm going to click on it, which is layer 3, which I added right now. Click on text. I'm going to do is type in soldier, LGIER, soldier. I'm going to do select this part. I'm going to do is add in a color and also change the stroke, which I did from over here. I'm going to click on the layer option again. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go over to like strokes, which will be already added. I'm going to click on over here and go over to strokes, and it will be directly applied because I already applied it over here too. I'm going to press on OK. I'm going to do is move it a bit over here, Control T. Click on over here, and I'm going to change this font, which I'm using over here too. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to do is go over to characters, and you can see the text size is 59.91, or you can see from over here too. So I'm going to apply it over here too. I'm going to click on this like text 59.9, 50, let's say 59.91. That will be applied. Press on OK, and you can see this is how it will look like. I'm going to press on Control T, or you can select on this move tool. You can see it is how it will look like. Now I'm going to do is select on this Vietnam 2. I'm going to do is go over here and change it to be 58. I'm going to keep it to be 58. Hit on enter, and that will be applied. I'm going to click on this select tool and keep it over here. And I'm going to do is select on the layer. I'm going to go and keep it above. You can see how it will look like. You can see Vietnam is up above. And I'm going to do is right click on it, click on blending option, and add in the strokes, and you will see this will be visible. I'm going to click on, let's say not Satan, but strokes. My bad. I'm going to click on OK. You can see this looks a lot more better. And if you want to change this, I'm going to do is click on Control T again. I'm going to do is select on this. I'm going to do is decrease the size a bit more. I'm going to press on this tool. I'm going to keep it over here. You can see now it looks a lot more better. Okay, after you're done, just click on done and you'll be good to go. And I'm going to do is, if you want to do the same thing over here too, you can also do that. Click it over here. I'm going to do is like make another layer and then paste it over wherever you want it. Okay, so I'm going to do is going to be keeping it like this, but what I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to go over to paragraph tool. I'm going to do is keep it to be center aligned. So I'm going to select on this tool again of move and then take it over here. So now it is done. Now I'm going to do is going to be like selecting or like obviously copying all of this file to the mockup if you're done with the details. But if you want to add in more details, you are also like good to go. But first off, I'm going to do is add in some font changes or color changes. So I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to do is cut this A. You can see veteran forever only. I'll click on this and you are good to go. I'm going to keep it a bit above. What I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to change this color to be like this. First I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to do is change the color to be something like this. I'm going to click on this option. I'm going to select on this color over here. Press on OK. And I'm going to do is click on this tool or click on this text now. First off, click on it. You can see this has been applied. I'm going to click on color. I'm going to do select this color. I'm going to press on yes. Okay. Press on OK first. Click on this tool too. I'm going to do the same thing over here if you want to do that, but that's like totally up to you. The first thing I'm going to do is right click on it just for forever. I'm not going to select the veteran. I'm going to do is click on it and then I will change this color to be like this. Okay. Press on OK and then you will see the forever will change too. What I'm going to do is going to be changing this stroke only. If you want to change this stroke, what I'm going to do is, okay, let's just change both of these strokes to black, because when you apply it to like a white background, you will see that it will not be visible. But if you use it on a black t-shirt mockup file, then you will be able to see the changes. So I'm going to do is keep it like this, but if you want to change it, you can change the strokes too. After you're done, just click on this option and you will see it will be done. I'm going to do is convert all of this into a smart object and then place it wherever I want it. You can see this is now perfectly aligned. I'm going to go over to layers and select on each of them. Press on Control. Click on this, layer 1. I'm gonna go down, layer 2, this one, except for this background. Like right click on it and click on convert to smart object. And you can see it has turned into a smart object. What I'm gonna do is obviously open up the mockup file. So I'm gonna go over to file, click on open, and I'm gonna go over to the mockup file which I'm going to need. You will find it like where I have it on my downloads. I'm gonna click on this and that file will open up. I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to do is click on it, like left click on it, hold it, and paste it right over to the file, which you are going to need. Now press on OK, and you will see this will appear up. I'm going to click on this tool, press on Ctrl T. I'm going to do is resize it according to my desire. I'm going to keep it over here. You can do that too, which is going to be like this. You can apply it for various purposes, okay? But next thing I'm going to do is going to be changing this layer, or changing it, or keeping to be blended. So I'm going to do is right click on it, and I'm going to do is right click, go to blending option. I'm going to do is let's try to blend it up. I'm going to do is like decrease the opacity. I'm going to do is click on the fill option. You can do that, like that's like totally up to you. You can add in strokes too. You can like add in color effect or pattern, outer glow, drop shadow. That's like totally up to you. But I'm going to go over to styles, click on basics if you want any of these. Okay, you have all of these options available. I'm going to go over to blending option again and click it to be 100%, fill opacity 100%, blend mode to be, let's say I'm going to keep it like color burn if you want it, but let's say I'm going to change it to, let's say screen, darker color, linear blur, then color burn, multiply, and then we also have darken. You can also apply dissolve. That is also totally doable. You can also change like whichever one you want to use. Okay, you can also change it to luminosity. You can change it to like soft color, like hard cut light, and all of those. That's like totally up to you. But first I'm going to do is keep it to multiply, press on OK, and you can apply this layer however you want it. You can see the black color is now increasing or decreasing. You can see how it actually looks like. This is how it will look like. Okay, you can also do the underlying layer too. Let's say I'm going to select on this. I can change it like this so that it looks a lot more like faded, but looks a lot more better. You can see that this is also changing a lot of effects. Now you can see how it will look like. What I'm going to do is keep this effect, and after you're done, just press on OK. Now you have a battle style t-shirt and also something like a vector modified t-shirt design. After you're done, what I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to do is select both of these, right click on it, and you can convert to layers, or you can convert to smart object. That is like totally doable too. Now you can see how it will look like. Okay, so hope you understood everything about this lesson on making a vector modified t-shirt design and also mocking it up to a t-shirt and how you'll be able to do it. So what you have to do is follow all of these steps, and after you're done with it, you will get a perfect result. And if you want to make more changes, what you can do is convert it to a layer or add in more layers to add in more effect. So thank you for watching this video and also for staying with us until the end of this video, and hope you're doing good.